should be like you, Mel?
Ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Cherries fans from around the world, wherever you're tuning in this morning. Welcome back to another edition of Cherry AM on this quite gloomy Tuesday morning. And welcome back, Malcolm Chiverton. How are you, Malcolm?
Yeah, good morning, Ollie. Good morning, everybody in the chat. Yeah, all good here. Pretty gloomy here too this morning.
I was going to say, looks a little bit darker in yours this morning.
Yeah, I was debating putting some lighting on, but if you can see me.
No, you're all good. We can see you. We can see you. Let's hit the comments up before we jump into the show, because we're going to give a big old rundown on the football coming back this weekend, finally, because we've all been lost without it this weekend. Darren Hurst is obviously already in the chat for sure, saying Bob the Builder is having a meeting about our 22-storey high-rise project. So we'll miss the majority of this great show. We'll catch up later, Ollie and Malcolm. That sounds like a more exciting day than normal, Darren. So, and there's no weather update there. So it must be a decent day. Chris Hubble says, morning, everyone. Morning, Chris.
Yeah, morning, Chris.
David DaCosta, good morning, Ollie and Malcolm. 20 degrees and sunshine here in Melbourne. Looking forward to today's topics. Up the Cherries, and I predict a draw against Palace. Oh, okay.
Morning, David.
Paul Stantz, good morning, everyone. Morning, Paul.
Yeah, morning, Paul.
And Chris Hubble also says morning, Paul. Awesome. Not too much going on in the chat this morning. Not too many people watching live. So let's just crack on. Why not? We've got obviously a weekend without football we've just had, which I know a lot of people have missed dreadfully, like me. So this weekend we're back at Selhurst Park. We're away, I believe, at 3 p.m. on Saturday. After some internationals as well. So we've got some players coming back after some successful, mildly successful. Some of them have had some good international breaks, I guess. But we've got Crystal Palace coming. So, Malcolm, first of all, we want initial thoughts on how we're going to come out against Crystal Palace. And what we think is going to happen after these internationals. Is there going to be any people sitting on the subs bench that we don't expect?
Good question. Really good question. I think we're gonna start off fast against Palace.
Yeah.
I think maybe because we're on again on Thursday, maybe we'll do our lineups then, if that's all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chew things over a bit, but yeah, we need to hit the ground running really against Palace. Very, very difficult side to play against, but generally a good game to watch. I know it hasn't been much the last couple of times against them. It draws. So, would you take a point? Probably say yes. For the form that we've got, I would like to take a win, to be honest with you. How are we going to set up? Oh, it's a difficult question. It is a difficult question. Andoni is very attack-minded now, isn't he?
Yeah.
And defend from the front. It's not a bad strategy to have, is it?
So I think looking at the table, right, we're 4th on 14 points, and Palace are 6th on 12 points. So this weekend is a leapfrog possibility, right? If we don't salvage a point or 3 points from it, they could leapfrog us. So I'd like to think that a point, no matter what, is a minimal expectancy here, as you said. It's got to be.
Go along with that.
Yeah. I mean, although that's going to be tough, you're right. I think it's going to be really tough, especially, given the form that Palace are in as well. They've obviously stand out players at the moment, which are performing as well as some of our players. So it's definitely a concern at the weekend. However, in my
concern is a negative.
Yeah, well, that's why I say. That's why I instantly change it with however, in my opinion. I'm not concerned. I think that players that have been away on the international break, which is most of our starting 11, let's be honest, I think they'll all come back in yearning for some Premier League football. I think they'll be going away at Selhurst Park. They'll be coming back together as the squad. And I don't know, I can see it being a good game, but I can see it being a win. I really can.
I could certainly see it being a big, a really good game for a neutral to watch. There we are. That's I mean, Palace's form, yes, they lost last time out at Everton. Previously, 2-1 against Liverpool, and then an away win previous to that at West Ham. But they've also had a few draws thrown in, like us, so comparable. Both teams. It's going to be really, really interesting. I to be honest, I'm really looking forward to it.
We got Lord Rodney Trotter here. I think it was anyway. He who dares Adele. I remember that photo. Good morning, party people. Good morning.
Good morning.
Also got Blue Velvet says yo to you too. Paul Sant says morning, Chris. Little conversation between those guys here. And then David DaCosta, attack is the best form of defense. Yeah, I think Herrera is that's almost his playing style, isn't it, really? We've also got, this is the big one. Yeah, agreed. Yeah. And he says, biggest game of the season now, Palace, home or away.
Yeah.
It's a big shout. It's a really big shout. And it's strange that we've come on a full circle moment to this, isn't it, really? Because no one was expecting Palace to come out of the gate so heavy at the start of the season, or finish in such a strong position at the end of last season.
That's right.
So they are the dark horse. They're almost the Leicester of that season when Leicester won that came first, that league. And it seems like Palace have got the making to be sticking around top 6. So yeah, I agree. This is definitely a concerning game for me. I think it'll be a good test of character and a good test of our team for sure, especially for some of our newbies. Did you not think? I think this is really one of those big character tests. Like Palace are going to test us, really test us.
On your point just there about last season, and how, to be honest with you, they started very poorly, didn't they? But then they got their act together, and the season we had, how they've started, how we've started, is very comparable. So whichever way you look at it, you got to say that's a fixture I must watch. Forget about the big clubs.
Yeah.
It is Premier League. They've improved. We've improved. So let's go for it. Let's show the people what we can do.
Yeah, so it's going to be a fantastic battle. Yeah, I think it's going to be really good. And Rodney says here, Palace are unbeaten in 19, I believe.
Well, they were until the last game. Yeah.
But and a win seems like it's almost an impossible task. Well, yeah, so these things happen, right? So similar to what Man City last season, 34 game streak unbeaten, and I think we finished that.
Yeah.
Start of December last year. These things happen. and this is exactly why I love football.
Yep.
Because there is no doubt in my mind that we can still go away to Palace and we can still get 3 points. And
I know it was a couple of months back, but the Community Shield against Liverpool, awesome football. It really was. They won it in the end, thank goodness. But it showed what they're about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Class outfit, mate. Class outfit.
Yeah, well, that's down to Glasner, isn't it? Olivia Glasner is.
Considering the players he's lost, Alyssa, Izzy, yeah. So I take my hat off to him. Done a brilliant job.
Absolutely, yeah. Dan Shorts in the chat says, "Hi, Ollie and Malcolm. At least you weren't late like Craig yesterday."
Morning, Dan. No, some of us like to be punctual.
Was that a VAR yellow card? Was it?
It was a strong word in his ear yesterday. Yeah.
Dan says, "I'd take a point this Saturday." Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'd be happy. I'd be really happy with the point. Really happy with the point. But obviously, gunning for 3 points for sure.
Yeah.
Tommy Parry, Wharton is frightening. There's definitely some standout players for sure to watch.
They got some class players. They really have. But then so have we. So it's going to be on the day. Like I say, I'm itching to see this. Can't wait.
Without going into, obviously, we'll do our starting 11 and score predictions and stuff on Thursday. So I'll change the question that I was going to ask you.
You put me on the spot.
Yeah, just a little bit. Apologies. With obviously all of our players returning from international duty, and we've kept up, really, haven't we, a little bit on the results and how some of the players have done. Which returning player do you think is going to be most crucial for us on Saturday? Now, I know that's a big question. I know we've got a lot of players returning from internationals, but just from what you've seen and the start of the season, who's going to be your biggest expectancy on Saturday?
I'm hoping he'll start, but can't see it. I'd like to see Ben Gannon-Doak start.
Nice. That's a big shout.
I really would. I mean, I watched the Scotland game. He really impressed me. He really did. For the age that he's at and what he can do on the field. Very, very exciting prospect.
Yeah.
Can't obviously talk about all of them because I didn't see them all play. Obviously with Antoine out in Africa.
Yeah.
They've got through, which is good. As long as they all come back fit. I mean, we haven't heard anything as yet. Normally, if something isn't, 100% with a player, we'd have probably had some news by now. Or they're just going to keep the cards close to their chest and then over the next couple of days bring something out.
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll hear more in the next couple of days.
Yeah. Well, by Thursday's show when we get back together, we'll know, won't we?
Yeah, but as far as I'm aware, I'm just taking it red that they'll all come back fit and see where we go from there. The one who will be fit will be Christie because he was suspended for the Scotland game.
Yeah.
So can't see any problems there. But no, young Doak is my pick there.
Yeah, that's an awesome show. Awesome show. Yeah. Tommy Parry says more scared of Palace than I was of Tino or Clivert. Yeah, really good shouts. Really good shouts. I know that Clivert had a pretty decent 30 minutes. We spoke about that, didn't we, last week? He had a 29 minutes.
The second game, he didn't have any minutes, did he?
No. But is that a good thing or a bad thing? He gets his half an hour on an international stage. He does well. He gets his confidence boost. He comes back and maybe that's all that we need him for to get starting on the pitch. Yeah,
and in between the games, obviously training as well. So that's fine for us.
Absolutely, yeah. Paul Sands, the same as us. We lost good players as well. Glasner and Andoni, very good managers, but I think Andoni is more loyal. I think Glasner will leave if a big club becomes available. I agree with that. Yeah.
There is talk going around, and it's not speculation. It is actually, they're trying to get it. get him under contract, aren't they? So
yeah, because I know that I know there was big talks that had United have lost against Sunderland a couple of weekends ago, then Amorim may have been out, and United could have possibly gone for Glasner then, but
yeah.
it didn't happen that way, did it? So it's definitely due to come. There's definitely some talking points around Glasner to come, and I agree. He's not an Andoni, and he's not as bought into a project or a club like we've got here that we're building.
Right.
It's just not the same. So,
No.
yeah, I could also see that happening.
I think we'll see some merry-go-rounds during January, during the transfer, I think, when the market starts. And obviously, it depends how other clubs perform.
Yeah.
You know, if United manage to, let's just say, get some points, not necessarily win, but maybe a draw here and there, and the performance levels as well. Because I mean, to be honest with you, their performance levels haven't been that brilliant. Whether the club will continue with Amorim. I mean, there's going to be loads and loads of talk about that situation anyway in the coming weeks, and they go from game to game because even the fans don't know what they're going to get. So
no, and yeah, and that's an interesting one again, isn't it? I know Jim Ratcliffe's trying to build his own project, his own journey, but it's nowhere near in the same context, is it? It's crazy. But
yeah, it's all different. Each club is different. Yeah.
Dan Shaw says Brooks looks decent for Wales.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah. Looked as we said last time, he did look a bit frustrated as well. So I think he's probably gunning to get back into the Bournemouth squad and get out onto a pitch in the Premier League because it just didn't look right for him, did it? He just didn't look. He didn't look supported enough, I think, was the problem.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Wales, different players around him compared to Bournemouth. Yeah, difficult game. Shame they threw it away, really, from my perspective. But he played decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got 65 minutes last night. So again.
Yeah. He did all right.
Now, the last thing I was going to come on to, essentially, without discussing squad lineup and prediction for the Palace game, is Evan Nilsson. Now, obviously, Evan Nilsson against Palace previously has slotted away some goals. Is this his weekend to finally come out and not come out and get and perform, because he's been performing and he's slotting and he's doing his job? But is this the weekend where he breaks that goal barrier? Is this the weekend where he finally puts everyone's thoughts at rest? I feel like this could be his weekend against Palace, this tough game that we're all kind of anticipating a bit strangely. Is this a good weekend for Evan Nilsson?
Well, we always hope, don't we, that the next game is always going to be the one. His work rate is second to none. What he does off the ball is absolutely superb. Playing for the team, yeah, it would be nice. I mean, it's not as though he hasn't had some chances, half chances. You know, even against Fulham, he had a go. But when defenders get the blocks in and everything, what can you do? You know, you just keep trying and keep playing your game. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to see him get one, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But even if he doesn't, and regardless of the outcome, obviously we can't predict how we're going to play. And hindsight is always brilliant, isn't it? We can look back and analyse things a lot easier. But he is an integral part of that starting 11, simply because of what he does.
Yeah, I agree.
The only thing that's missing yet is a goal. But as we've often said, just because he's up front doesn't mean he has to get the goals.
No, it's very true. And I mean, considering we're still putting goals away, it's not an issue. So
yeah, and we have got goals in other players all the time. So it's just a question. I'd like to see Brooksy score.
Yeah,
I'd like to see Tav score.
yeah.
So it's not going to be pointing a finger saying, "Oh, well, you're not doing your job," because that's rubbish. But yeah, it would be nice for him to, even if it's a scrappy one, doesn't matter. They'll just give him that little bit more confidence and give him a boost. Although I'm sure, he's well aware with his mindset and everything. Yeah, just give it his all.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got some comments here. I know that one of them you're going to love. Tommy Parry says, I think we need Semenyo on the right. The left back is 175 centimetres. I think Semenyo can tear him up like we did with Porro. And then Rodney says he needs to study Mateta. That man is lethal. Yeah, Mateta's very good, to be fair.
He's having a good season, yeah.
And then Dan Short says Krupi scored twice last night for France under 21s.
Yoo-hoo! I didn't know he was playing, to be honest with you. But I was, because I was like just focused on the Wales game really yesterday. So
well, that's insane. That's incredible for Krupi. I mean, if he got his first goal, a couple of weeks ago, which has set him off now on his little I'm just in on his scoring career now for the season. He's obviously slotting them away a bit easier, which is fantastic. All he needed clearly was that first bit of confidence, and now he's getting them on an international stage as well, which is amazing. Downhurst says, "Whoops, hello, sat next to senior management. Love it living on the edge. It makes you feel alive." Lol.
Hi, mate.
While he's planning on helping build the 22-story high rise, but making sure that he watches us in the meetings. Love that.
Say hi to senior management, promise.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. So essentially, separate from that, Malcolm, I'm happy to keep all of my information and all of my my guessing game for Thursday morning's show. There isn't too much to go over this morning, really, is there?
No. There isn't a lot, as you say. I mean, obviously, we could look at the Premier League and see, what other fixtures are there that are coming up at the weekend. Because, once the Premier League returns, it's like full on, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know how much you can watch, but I generally watch 2 or 3 on a Saturday. A minimum of 2 on a Sunday, depending on what the programs are showing. But I can always look back on others as well, which is really great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to look too far ahead. Obviously, the game after is going to be a really interesting one.
Well, whole separate conversations for us, isn't it? Next Tuesday, so next Monday we'll obviously have Cherry Slaps, which will be our reaction show for our weekend's game against Palace. And then on Tuesday, it will be Blessed again with me and Malcolm, which will be more weekend roundup, I'd imagine, and how some of our players specifically got on at the weekend. And then Thursday, as normal, you'll have your Nottingham Forest build-up next week, but with a little bit of a twist. So,
that's going to be interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is indeed. Yeah, do you want to elaborate on that one a little bit more yet?
Yeah, flying over on the Friday beforehand. Invited Ollie down to Bournemouth, and we're going to meet up and go and watch the game live together.
Yeah, just awesome. Fantastic invite from you, mate. And
that's right.
Yeah, awesome game to get to go to as well. It's the one.
Well, we got to fill our bellies beforehand, haven't we? So we'll go and find someplace to eat. That's for you to arrange, not for me.
Yeah, I'll sort breakfast out. No worries. I'll organise all of that. But
and then obviously meet up with Matt and Craig would also be cool.
Yeah. And we also have a little channel get together essentially while watching a game, which is fantastic.
Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, considering we're dotted around a little bit, but we get together every single day. It's going to be nice to see everyone.
And then I've got to fly back and hopefully be home in time for Cherry Slaps on the Monday. So,
yeah.
As long as there's no delays, I should make it quite easily, actually. But hey ho.
I would go as far as saying as you will get home before me.
I wouldn't doubt that. But I'm going to put it. No, you'll be home before me.
Reckon?
Yeah, because I leave Monday morning 8 o'clock on a bus for Bournemouth.
Okay, fair enough.
See, right.
Yeah.
So then I got to get up to the airport, get me flight, and then who knows? It's like a mystery when you land in Berlin.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can just whiz through the airport and you get all your connections to get home. Other times it's just a nightmare. So
hit and miss, mate.
it is hit and miss, but I am certainly looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. And finally, before we close the show down, Malcolm, being the humble chap that he is, didn't let everyone know that it was his birthday on Sunday. So we all missed the shout out last week. So if everyone could give a big happy birthday in the chat for Big Malcolm Chiverton, that would be amazing because we missed it last week. There you go, Malcolm.
Thanks, Ollie. Yeah, like I said, I'm not Craig. I don't broadcast everything. So we are all different. But hey ho, it is what it is.
Exactly. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that that I shouted it out, mate, and everyone knew.
And we had we got Dean Court Social coming up as well, haven't we, this week?
Yeah,
So
Dean Court Socials. The voting has now shut for the Football Content Awards. That was last night that the voting shut. Those awards will be getting announced on the 20th of November, I believe it was.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that, and thank you everyone for voting. Please do continue to like the videos, share the videos, follow the channel, hit the notification bell. But other than that,
yeah, hit the likes as well.
Other than that, we'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow morning, and we'll finish off by flashing up some of these happy birthday messages. So
yeah, thanks very much, guys. Much appreciated.
Yeah, up the cherry.
Have a good Tuesday, everybody, and Ollie and I will see you again on Thursday. Up the cherries.
TalkSport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
I should be like you, Mel.